All right, let's talk about something that's on pretty much everyone's mind, artificial intelligence. We're getting a glimpse of the world it's building for us, but that raises a huge question about who's actually at the controls. How do we make sure the next generation is ready to build it the right way?
And this right here is the question. I mean, think about it. The answer to this is going to shape everything. It's exactly why we can't wait to have this conversation. It has to start now, with our youngest and brightest minds.
So how do we do that? How do we get them ready for such a huge responsibility? Well, there's this really fascinating new educational approach that says the key isn't just about teaching them to code. It's about a total shift in mindset. It's about going from being just a user to becoming a true builder. And this slide just nails the difference. See, an explorer looks at AI and asks, what cool things can this do? But a builder asks a much more powerful question. What should this do? It's just one little word, but wow, that changes everything, doesn't it?
The cool thing is, this isn't just some abstract idea. It's actually happening. There's a new e-learning course out there for middle schoolers, we're talking 5th to 8th graders, and its whole mission is to create this AI builder mindset right from the start.
Okay, so if you're going to be a builder, you need some tools, right? You need a whole toolkit. So let's pop the hood and see what core concepts these young innovators are learning to help them build the future of AI responsibly. First up, algorithms. Now, that word can sound intimidating, but the way they teach it is just brilliant. They basically say, hey, forget the complex code for a second. Just think of it like a recipe. You know, a simple set of instructions that tells a computer exactly what to do, step by step.
And you know, every good recipe needs ingredients, right? Well, that's where data comes in. I love this metaphor. They call it food for learning. It's all the information a machine eats to grow and get smarter. It just instantly makes sense. So you put those two things together, and this is what you get. It's a super simple 3-step cycle. First, you collect the data, that's the food. Then you give the commands using an algorithm, that's the recipe. And then the magic happens. The machine starts to learn all on its own. It's that simple. But here's the thing. You can have the best tools in the world, but they're not much good if you don't have a solid foundation to build on. And this next piece of the toolkit is, without a doubt, the most important. It's the one thing that makes sure whatever these kids build is not just smart, but safe. And the course uses this fantastic analogy to drive the point home. You wouldn't build a house and then try to add the foundation later, would you? Of course not. For AI, ethics is that foundation. It's not an add-on. It's the very first thing you have to get right.
And what is that foundation made of? Well, it's built on these 3 cornerstones, the absolute must-haves: fairness, transparency, and accountability. Students are taught that these ideas have to come first, before anything else even begins.
All right, so all this theory is great, but what does it actually look like when you put it into practice? To make it all click, the course tells this really simple and relatable story that brings all these concepts to life. So let's meet our hero, Farmer Anna. She's got a clear mission. She wants to use technology to grow better, healthier food for everyone in her community, and she wants to do it without being wasteful. It's a goal we can all get behind, right? It immediately frames AI as a tool for doing good.
Now, this is where her builder's toolkit gets put to work. Her little AI helper is out there every single day collecting thousands of data points. We're talking about that food for learning, information on the soil, the rain, the sun, everything the plants need to grow.
And the results were just incredible. Because Anna built her AI with a strong ethical purpose, she was able to grow more food while using less water and creating less waste. And the bottom line, her smart helper ended up helping feed the whole community. It's such a clear example of how building ethically leads to amazing, real-world results.
So this little story about a farmer isn't really just about a farmer, is it? It's about something so much bigger. It's a preview of the kind of future these students are now being taught to build.
And that right there is the whole point. This isn't just about teaching kids how to write code. It's about shaping a generation of thoughtful, responsible innovators. We're giving them the tools they need, not just to build AI, but to use it to build a genuinely better world. Which brings us right back to that first question we asked, but maybe now with a little more hope. By putting ethics at the very center of AI education, we're empowering these young builders to create a future that works better for all of us. And honestly, I can't wait to see what kind of world that will be.